Hey everyone, you're gonna have to bear with me for this video. I'm back in Plymouth now, so I'm back in my old room, but since I moved back, my room's been redecorated and rearranged, so I'm still trying to figure out where the best place is to film my videos. I mean, this has probably got the best background, but obviously I'm right by the window and then lighting and stuff, so yeah, it's a bit difficult at the minute, so it's just gonna be a bit of trial and error for the time being. This video is kind of a vlog, but talking about what I did, because last month I had a really fun weekend, but I went to a lot of things where I wasn't allowed to film, and which is really annoying, but obviously I still want to talk about it because it was such like a good weekend. So yeah, that's why I kind of just decided to do a video like this and then add some clips in of the weekend. As you probably know, if you've watched more than like 2 of my videos, I go see this guy a lot, which is McIntyre. One of the times when I saw him in Swindon, he said that he'd sort us out with tickets for his new series of The Big Show. I had to email his management and stuff, and they sorted us out with tickets, which was really good. About 2 weeks before I was going up to see Michael, I then won tickets to go see the filming of Strictly Come Dancing. Strictly was on the Saturday, and then Michael's filming was on the Sunday. And honestly, I was in complete disbelief about winning tickets. I love Strictly, it's my favourite TV show. And every year, for probably about the last 3-4 years, I've applied for tickets and I've had no luck whatsoever because it's in a TV studio, so obviously there's not as many seats as what there would be at Michael's show, which is filmed in a theatre. Loads of people apply. I think they said this year that there was about 5 million applications for tickets. 5 million. So I didn't think I stood a chance. I had to take my mum because my mum loves the show too. We decided to set off on the Friday. We went by coach. Obviously I've been living in Bristol for the last year, and the coach to London is about 2.5 hours, and it is just bliss. But from Plymouth it takes like 6 hours, and our coach got stuck in really bad traffic. You know what Friday's like, just a complete nightmare for traffic, and it ended up taking us 7.5 hours to get to London. 7.5. Once we actually got to London, that wasn't the end of our journey. Strictly is no longer filmed in central London, it's filmed in Borehamwood at the film studios there. So then we had to get on another train to then, well, we had to get on the tube and then another train to then get to Borehamwood. So by the time we actually got to Borehamwood, it was like 10:30 at night. We actually had to be up really early the next day as well, because basically if you haven't been to TV show filming, you probably won't understand, but when you get a ticket, that doesn't actually guarantee entry in. Basically it means they always oversubscribe, because obviously for TV show filmings they don't want empty seats, so they always say they've got more tickets than what they have, and then it's first come first serve or whether you get tickets or not. So obviously I'd never done it for Strictly before, so I didn't know what time to get there, didn't know what to expect. They were validating tickets from 9 AM, so I was like, right, we should probably get there quite a bit earlier than that. We actually queued from 6:45 in the morning. I wasn't expecting that many people to be there, but there was so many people already in the queue. There was people at the front of the queue that had been there since 1 AM, which is just mad. By 9 AM, the queue was really massive, like really big. I was quite anxious about whether we were going to get tickets or not. Even at 9 AM, when I've been in this queue for 2 hours, I was still like, oh, are we even going to get the tickets? And luckily we did get the tickets. We were like number 181 and 82, I think. They gave away 180 tickets before they got to us, which is mad, and we'd been there since 6:45. The great thing about that is that it was only 9 AM in the morning. It meant that I could go back to the hotel, have a power nap, have a nice shower, have some food, get changed. 3 PM came, we're ready to go, so we headed back to the TV studios. One thing I will say, it was so well organised. We went in this big gazebo. It just like made it fun so that the waiting round didn't get too boring. There was a photo booth there and you could get free photos, so that was fun. There was a bar there. They also did Strictly trivia. And then they started to call us into the studio in number order. We would have still got tickets, so we turned up a lot later, but it was better because we actually got really good seats. We were actually behind the friends and family, because that meant we were behind Ashley Roberts from the Pussycat Dolls, and we were also behind Daniel O'Donnell, which my nan was incredibly jealous about. This was my first experience of live TV, which was really interesting to see. There's very little mistakes. They had loads of props to set up, they had little time between dances to set all the props up and stuff, and it was incredible to watch. We actually went to week 2, so that meant that we got to see all the couples dance, but it also meant the show was really long. I think the actual live show was over 2 hours long, which is a long time to sit in those chairs, and believe me, those chairs weren't very comfortable. And after they filmed the live show, they then film the results show. Shock horror, the results show is not live on Sunday. Oh my god, didn't know that at all. We had to go to the results show that was full of all the drama. Once they announced which two couples were in the bottom two, that was Melvin and Anastasia. There was a long wait between then and when they said they were going to do dance off. We had no clue that something had happened. We just thought this was normal that they took that long between, but apparently not. So when they actually came back out to what we thought was to do the dance off, they then announced that they wouldn't be doing the dance off because Anastasia was injured. So they're just going to get rid of the person that had the least amount of public votes. So obviously Melvin went. There was loads and loads of drama about this and loads of people kicking off online and stuff. But my opinion on it is, the fact is, Melvin had the least amount of votes. So therefore he should go, especially because her injury was only a 1 week thing. Next week, the following week, she did dance again. So I don't think it's fair that she didn't even get the least amount of public votes, and she was being sent home even though she didn't get a chance to prove herself. I just think it should be down to the public vote anyway, but obviously I think they just want to drag it out some more and have a results show, so fair enough. By the time we actually got back to our hotel, I think it was about 11 PM. It was a very long day. I was so tired. And then we had to be up really early again the next day. So my mum was going back to Coach Station to go back to Plymouth, but my mum has no idea what she's doing. I dropped my mum to the Coach Station, then met up with my friends. We then went to the theatre to try and meet Michael. Standard, that's what we always do. He was nowhere to be seen, so he'd obviously turned up early. So then we went to the hotel, then we got a late lunch in Pizza Express, which was so yummy. We went back to the hotel, got ready, had a bit of a catch up because I hadn't seen the guys in a while. What I actually didn't know until about a few days before was that Michael's show was actually the Christmas show, and it was like the 2nd of October, and I'd only just realised that we were going to see a Christmas show being filmed, which is just mental. Christmas Eve, babe. So we're about to leave the hotel. Here's Wheel. Hello. Here's Lamb. Lamb. Okay, Lamb's rushing, so Lamb's kind of preoccupied right now. The show tonight's a Christmas show, so standard. Trying to get in the festive spirit. But when we got in there, the whole theatre felt so Christmassy. There was Christmas trees. People had like Christmas hats on, and there was Christmas music playing. Since we have a place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I've never felt so Christmassy in October. The show was great. I wasn't expecting anything less. I've seen a lot of Michael's big shows be filmed now, and he's just great with variety. Can't remember everything that happened because it hasn't been on TV yet, and it's now been like a month since I saw the show. But they had some really good guests. They had Michael Ball and Alfie Bow, and they had Ali Jones do Centre All, which was really funny. They had a comedian called Al Porter, who I'd never heard of, but he was really funny. They also did some Christmas games where they got the audience involved, and they also had Lewis Smith involved and Catherine Tate as Nan, and they also had Kevin from Kevin and Perry. They had each person represent a part of the theatre, so like each balcony, and then obviously the person that won would win prizes for their team. But in the end they just gave everyone prizes. So then we got free Christmas socks at the end. Hang on a minute, let me find them. So these are my Christmas socks courtesy of the BBC. They have Mrs. Claus on them, and I shall be wearing them a lot this Christmas. They also had this segment that they do on Michael's show called The Unexpected Star, which is where they get somebody who's got a talent and then surprise them and tell them that they're going to sing on TV. They had this group of nurses who were also in a choir, so they brought them on. Just the way that The Unexpected Star worked is that they would be in a lift, and then the doors would open up the other side, and then they'd come out and the audience would be in front of them. But the lift doors got stuck, like kind of half open, so it kind of ruined it, and yeah, it was really awkward. I don't know how they're going to film that on TV and make it work, but yeah, it was just such a good family show. I loved it. I always do. I think the actual big show starts next week or so. I think it starts on Saturday soon, and then it's on for 6 weeks, and then the last show is on Christmas Eve, which is the Christmas show that I went to see. So then after the show, naturally, because we didn't see Michael before, we then waited after to meet him. We always know that after the show he gets a bit drunk, and then takes like about an hour or two to come out, so it's always a long way. While we were waiting at the stage door, we got to meet Al Porter. He was lovely, he was really nice. I honestly do recommend checking him out. And yeah, it did get to about 1 AM, and then Michael decided to show his face finally. Like every time we meet him, he always starts shouting. It's like, why are you waiting? It's cold, you're gonna get hypothermia. Every time he meets us, he always feels inclined to give us things. I think it's his way of saying thank you, but he's always just like digging around in his bag, and like, I mean, he's given me money before, he's tried to give me a pen before, I think, or something stupid like that. And I think this one tops it. He then had nothing to give us, so then he just decided to give us the tie that he was wearing on the show, which was a Christmas tie. Then what we've decided to do is that Lamb's going to cut it up in three and then sew it up nicely, and then we've all got part of the tie and then we can just put it somewhere. Fortunately, I still don't have that yet, so I can't show you. But you'll see on TV the Christmas tie he's wearing. He then started asking us about where our hotel was or where we were staying. We said it was fine. We were staying in the Travelodge in Covent Garden, which was just up the road. He just kept asking us where it was, like how far it was, did we have to walk far, it's very late. And he actually offered to give us a lift in his car, and of course we said no, but part of me really wishes we just said yes, because I would have loved to have said that I've been in a car with Michael McIntyre. Like, how crazy is that? He is so kind every time. I cannot explain how grateful I am to him. He's just so nice to us. I then naturally had to be up super early the next day. I was meant to be getting a coach home, but my dad does a lot of long journeys and he happened to be going up to Gatwick Airport on the day that I was coming back, so I was like, ideal, don't have to go through another 7-hour coach journey. So then I got a train down to Gatwick Airport, met my dad, and that meant that I got home super earlier than what I would have if I got the coach. And I also got to see Stonehenge. I might be from the West Country, but I've never seen Stonehenge. Don't know how I've gotten to this age without seeing it, but yeah, now I've seen it. Yeah, that was pretty much the story of my weekend. Might be a bit boring to you, but I really wanted to document this because I loved the weekend so much. Like, so many good things happened in one weekend. I felt so lucky. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video and I shall speak to you soon. Bye.